with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a...
Over the past year, we've seen Sheryl Swoopes launch strange accusations against Caitlin Clark, claiming she's a 25-year-old facing teenagers, downplaying her rookie season, and asserting that no one wants to play alongside her. The barrage of attacks feels relentless.
Some of your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of hard, right?
And Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummy.
Cheryl Miller made a stunning entrance into the controversy, delivering a decisive counter on the All the Smoke podcast by labeling Sheryl Swoopes a big dummy and debunking her misleading claims. Miller's strong defense of Caitlin Clark not only puts Swoopes in her place, but also hints at an exciting future for the Indiana Fever, leaving fans buzzing with anticipation. Are you prepared for what's next? Let's dive in.
Two-time Player of the Year, two-time National Championship, two-time Tournament MVP, first woman to dunk in an organized game, gold medalist. Thank you for making time. Welcome to the show, Cheryl Miller.
Before we delve into Miller's comments, have you ever questioned why this basketball legend is so intent on undermining one of the WNBA's most promising newcomers? Let's explore the unusual campaign Sheryl Swoopes has waged against Caitlin Clark, spanning from her college days to her rookie season.
Let's also talk about how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old.
The controversy began when Swoopes made several inaccurate assertions about Clark's college career. In one of her most egregious claims, Swoopes suggested that Clark was a 25-year-old competing against 20-year-olds while at Iowa. In truth, Clark was only 22, experiencing her fourth year like many college seniors. When confronted about this inaccuracy, Swoopes attempted to justify her statement as hyperbole tied to COVID eligibility rules, a flimsy excuse that failed to convince many.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots a game.
Swoopes continued her criticism by asserting that Clark shot an astonishing 40 times per game, unfairly labeling her as a selfish volume shooter. In reality, Clark averaged 22.7 shots per game. This claim is particularly ironic, as Swoopes herself recorded an average of 19.2 shots per game during her senior year, just 3 fewer than Clark. It's a classic case of hypocrisy. As Clark neared the all-time NCAA scoring record, Swoopes shifted her approach, questioning the legitimacy of the milestone by implying that Clark required a 5th year to achieve it. Such tactics reveal Swoopes' ongoing effort to undermine Clark's accomplishments.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
This claim was completely untrue. Clark set the scoring record in just 4 years, the same duration as most college players. Swoopes conveniently ignored that the COVID eligibility rule could have allowed Clark an additional year, which she chose not to use. As Clark transitioned to the WNBA, Swoopes boldly claimed that she wouldn't excel in the league. However, when Clark began breaking rookie assist records and establishing herself as one of the league's premier playmakers, Swoopes went silent. The statistics speak for themselves. Clark concluded her rookie season averaging 19.2 points and an impressive 8.4 assists, earning Rookie of the Year honors.
Say she wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Respectfully,
There is absolutely no way, even when we're trying to sit here and play semantics about dominating, there's no way that anyone could ever leave this season in saying that both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese didn't dominate. You would have to further explain what dominance means for you to not sit here and say that a player who is leading the league in assists while averaging 19 to 20 points didn't dominate that.
Perhaps most revealing was Swoopes' appearance on Angel Reese's podcast, where she continued to undermine Clark while claiming she holds no animosity toward her. A clear example of contradicting words and actions in the ongoing conversation about their rivalry.
I've known Cheryl since she was in college. I helped do her shoe deal with Nike in 1993, took her to her first SBs. I've known Cheryl, I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her. I called her when Caitlin was still playing at Iowa and she had just broken Maravich's record. And it was all over the place, as you and I have discussed, that, you know, there was this quote by Sheryl that said, you know, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate.
The basketball community soon recognized this trend, leading to Swoopes' removal from broadcasting a Fever game. She was replaced by Nancy Lieberman, who openly addressed the misinformation circulating about the rookie sensation, championing clarity and fairness in the conversation.
I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend and I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston, I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone and I was like, Cheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing, we're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life.
The basketball community was eagerly anticipating a credible voice to join the Caitlin Clark discussion. And that moment came when Cheryl Miller entered the All the Smoke podcast studio. She fervently challenged the critics, showcasing her powerful insights as a legend and former coach of Clark. When an esteemed figure in the sport decides to address the ongoing nonsense, it results in one of the most genuine defenses of women's basketball we've witnessed in recent times.
Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was given.
Miller didn't merely express her support for Clark. She delivered it with the intensity and precision that only someone of her caliber could offer. Her now famous remark, aimed at critics like Swoopes, "Come on, you big dummies," sent shockwaves through the studio. Yet Miller had only just begun. With the fervor of someone who has witnessed Clark's dedication firsthand, she passionately championed the rookie's work ethic. This was far from an ordinary defense. It was Cheryl Miller, one of the sport's all-time greats, directly confronting the hypocrisy surrounding the young star, highlighting critical aspects that the critics conveniently overlooked.
Look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for her to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So, with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
The harsh reality that Clark's critics hesitate to acknowledge is that her presence has uplifted the entire league, even benefiting the paychecks of those who criticize her. Miller's defense holds significant weight because she's grounded in direct experience rather than mere speculation. After coaching Clark during the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, Miller had a unique opportunity to assess Clark's skills beyond the highlight reels. To her surprise, what she discovered revealed depth and talent that further justified Clark's impact on the game.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. and people just having, and look, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the
I felt a sense of pride as Miller revealed the truth behind the narrative that had been spun in the media for months, effectively dismantling it in just one sentence. She delved deeper, providing rare insights into what makes Clark truly exceptional. Beneath Miller's technical analysis of Clark's skills lies an even more profound connection, a genuine emotional bond forged during Clark's toughest moments. When the Fever finally clinched their first win of the 2024 season, Miller's support for Clark extended beyond congratulatory words. She offered her the rare gift of unconditional support when the rookie needed it most, proving her loyalty.
She was getting hit with everything left and right, and I just said, I hugged her, I said, I'm so proud of you. I go, savor this. Use this as a formula. I said, but keep being you. I said, no matter what, keep being you.
The hug exchanged between Miller and Clark after Indiana's first victory transcended a simple greeting between athletes. It marked a crucial moment that underscored Clark's overwhelming sense of isolation amid the barrage of criticism she experienced upon joining the league. Miller reminisced about the emotion of that encounter, stating, I wrapped my arms around her as tightly as I could. When she saw me, she remarked, "Oh man, finally someone who's got my back." She was enduring relentless criticism and needed that support more than ever. This moment was a vital lifeline for Clark during a tumultuous time.
Heavy is a crown that she's wearing right now.
Right.
And it wasn't something that she anointed herself. It's something that's been placed on her head, and I hope people understand that. But it's everything that she's dealing.
Miller didn't just share empty reassurances. She offered genuine guidance stemming from her own experiences in the world of basketball. I'm so proud of you. Savor this moment, but continue to be yourself, no matter what, she advised, emphasizing the importance of authenticity. These were not mere comforting phrases. They were a lifeline for a rookie overwhelmed by expectations and scrutiny. When Sheryl Miller speaks, the basketball community pays attention, and for valid reasons. Her voice carries the weight of an incredible legacy, boasting 3 Naismith Player of the Year awards, 2 national championships, an Olympic gold medal, and induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Yet, Miller's support extends beyond her impressive accolades. She recognizes in Clark what many critics overlook: her remarkable court vision, which elevates her beyond just a scorer, showcasing her true potential in the game.
You can set a screen for Kaylin. Kaylin don't need a screen. Kaylin's got great handles. The one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game, she can pass the ball.
She can't pass. She got great assists.
The bounce pass is powerful, which is almost non-existent in the game.
Miller emphasized an often overlooked facet of Clark's game: her exceptional passing ability. The one thing that people don't fully appreciate is how well she can distribute the ball, Miller noted, underscoring how this skill elevates Clark from simply being great to possibly transcendent. This isn't just praise. It's validation from someone who truly recognizes brilliance in the realm of basketball.
I love what they've done for the women's game from a collegiate level to now. And it's working. And it was only a matter of time. And great narratives, great storylines. But now the bottom line comes down to one thing. It's about basketball. And it's about winning.
Miller's insight is particularly significant because she navigates both player development and media narratives. During the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, she witnessed Clark's brilliance firsthand. With one clear observation, she effectively challenged the misleading narratives constructed by the old guard, shedding light on the truth about Clark's talent.
I've known Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious, and It's fun.
The All-Star Game represented more than just debunking myths. It signified the start of a partnership that could reshape the future of the Indiana Fever. When Caitlin Clark nervously referred to Cheryl Miller as coach for the first time, neither woman realized they were sowing the seeds for what could evolve into the WNBA's next championship powerhouse. Long before they stepped onto the court together, Clark had been closely observing Miller, filled with deep admiration. Obviously, Cheryl is one of the pioneers of our game, an incredible individual whose personality radiates, Clark expressed, her respect for the basketball legend clear in every word. This wasn't mere politeness. It was authentic excitement from a young star who recognized the importance of collaborating with greatness. As the announcement for the All-Star coaching roles drew near, Clark's anticipation grew. For her to coach us is incredibly exciting. I was thrilled when I heard that news, she shared, highlighting the significance of this opportunity. However, it was their initial interaction that truly hinted at the immense potential of this partnership, setting the stage for a transformative journey in women's basketball.
Getting to be around those two people that have done so much for the game, for me is super special. Like, there's still two people that I really look up to and idolize and appreciate everything that they've done, and for them to have this moment too and be a part of it, like, it's just super cool.
Despite her confidence on the court, Clark approached Miller with the respect of a student meeting her idol. I called her coach, and she joked, "I don't know about that. We'll have to see how I do during the game," Clark reminisced with laughter. This brief exchange showcased the humility and mutual respect between them, laying a solid foundation for their collaboration. The intrigue surrounding this relationship lies in Miller's recognition of the championship potential within the Fever. After closely working with the team's core, she didn't hold back her praise, stating, "Indiana has a very, very bright future." Coming from a figure with multiple national championships and Olympic gold, her insight carries significant weight within basketball circles, highlighting the promising road ahead for the franchise.
Holy smokes, what an opportunity. And I was excited, like really, really excited, till I found out that the team I'm coaching wants to beat the brakes off our Olympic team. I'm like, okay, the pressure's on. So now we got a game, folks. We're going to have a game, but it's been fantastic.
What impressed Miller most was not only Clark's individual talent, but also the collective fearlessness displayed by the entire Fever roster. "This is not a team people want to play," Miller remarked, noting their growth in both skill and confidence. "They share no fear. They're fearless." This psychological edge and readiness to compete against anyone embody the qualities that championship teams require when confronted with challenges. Perhaps most unexpectedly, Miller was taken aback by the basketball intelligence evident among the young Fever squad. "I didn't anticipate their basketball IQ being this high," she confessed. "I knew it was impressive given their competitive level, but it's one thing to have that knowledge. The ability to not only execute plays but also to grasp the game's intricacies at a deeper level is what distinguishes good teams from truly great ones, and the Fever is poised to reach that next level."
And people that came well before today's game, they were skilled, they were incredible. The spotlight is now enhanced, and give these women credit. They have certainly elevated the game, but there are some truly, truly great players that could play today that played yesterday.
And you know what? And I love the way that you said piggyback, because in no way, shape, or form am I not appreciative of where the game is at and the exposure, because we get exposure. Everybody forgot Lynette Woodard until Caitlin Clark broke her scoring record.
As we look ahead to the 2025 season, there's a unique energy brewing in Indiana that transcends mere strategies and tactics. The mutual respect shared between Caitlin Clark and Cheryl Miller serves as a cornerstone for something potentially championship-worthy. Clark has openly recognized Miller as a pioneering force in the game and has praised her vibrant personality. What makes this connection so impactful is its authenticity. Both athletes genuinely admire each other's contributions to basketball. Miller has been particularly astounded by Clark's abilities, especially her court vision, which she describes as perceiving the game in 3 dimensions. This isn't just flattery, it's a testament from one of the sport's greatest minds. When Miller told Clark, "I'm so proud of you. Savor this. Use it as a formula, but keep being you," she wasn't merely offering support. She was symbolically passing the torch. While some critics may continue their misguided narratives, this Clark-Miller alliance embodies the best aspects of basketball's generational connections. With mentorship like this, Indiana's future isn't just promising, it's championship caliber. What are your thoughts on this dynamic duo? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.